Microsoft is everywhere. But there's something that most people don't realize. Microsoft came closer to losing everything than almost any tech giant in history. Not slowly, not gradually, but suddenly. There was a moment where Microsoft wasn't just falling behind. It was becoming irrelevant. And the scariest part? They didn't nearly lose because they lack money, or because they lack talent. It came super close because they didn't believe the future mattered. This is the story of how Microsoft almost lost the tech world. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Microsoft wasn't just successful. It was dominant. Windows ran on nearly every computer on Earth. Microsoft Office was unavoidable, and Internet Explorer completely controlled the web. At one point, Microsoft controlled over 90% of personal computing. They were so powerful that governments accused them of being too powerful. The US Department of Justice sued Microsoft for monopolistic behavior. And Microsoft won anyway. Or at least, they thought they did. Because while Microsoft was busy defending its empire, the future quietly changed direction. In the early 2000s, the internet stopped being optional. Search engines mattered, browsers mattered, emails mattered, and Microsoft believed they already owned all of it. They had Internet Explorer, MSN, and Hotmail. But then a small company showed up with a single product, a search engine. And as you may have guessed it, that company was Google. Microsoft didn't see Google as a threat. They saw it as a feature, something that could be copied, bundled, or just ignored. But this was mistake number one, because Google wasn't building software. They were building habits. Microsoft tried to fight back. They launched things like MSN Search, Windows Live Search, and Bing. They spent billions. And it didn't matter. Because by the time Microsoft reacted, Google had already won psychologically. People didn't choose Google. They defaulted to it. And Microsoft had no answer for that. But search wasn't the real disaster. The real disaster is probably either in your hand or in your pocket. In 2007, Apple released the iPhone, and Microsoft laughed. Internally, executives believed, no one wants a phone without a keyboard. They believed phones were accessories, not computers. Microsoft already had a mobile operating system, Windows Mobile. And it was terrible. It was clunky, slow, and designed for executives, not everyday use. Apple understood something Microsoft didn't. The future wasn't software. It was experience. And while Microsoft debated, Apple and Google moved extremely fast. Google launched Android. Apple dominated the premium market. Google dominated everything else. Together, they closed the door. Microsoft tried to respond with Windows Phone. And for the first time in decades, Microsoft became the underdog. They bought Nokia. They burned billions. They rebooted again and again. And nothing worked. Developers didn't care. And consumers really didn't care. Microsoft had missed the platform shift. And missing a platform shift is fatal. By the early 2010s, Microsoft had a new problem. They weren't hated. They were ignored. Young people didn't grow up on Windows. They didn't care about Office. And they didn't care about Internet Explorer. Microsoft was becoming a background company, the kind companies don't come back from. This was the most dangerous moment in Microsoft's history. And then, something changed. In 2014, Microsoft made a decision that saved the company. They replaced their CEO. Satya Nadella took over, and he did something unthinkable. He stopped defending Windows, embraced cloud computing, and started a cross-platform software with open source development. Microsoft stopped trying to control the future and started trying to enable it. Azure exploded. Office went everywhere. Microsoft was no longer invisible. It was thriving, not because it was strongest, but because it adapted just in time. And the lesson isn't about Microsoft. It's about every company that thinks it's safe. Because the most dangerous moment for any giant is the moment they believe they've already won. Microsoft almost lost the tech world. And the next company might not be so lucky.